Hello, my dear friends. Have you ever stood in the middle of your living room or kitchen and felt overwhelmed? Not just by the clutter, but by the feeling that you are constantly trying to catch up, never quite able to rest? You are not alone. So many of us, especially as we get a little older, find ourselves longing for a home that feels calm, welcoming, and peaceful. Not spotless or perfect, but simply a place that gives back the energy we pour into it. But here is the beautiful truth. Keeping your home in order doesn't have to be exhausting or time-consuming. It's not about working harder, it's about working gently and with intention. Today, I want to share with you 10 small, kind habits that can transform how you feel in your home. These aren't strict rules or routines. They are simple shifts in the way we approach daily life, things you can start doing today, no matter your age or energy level. And here is a little secret. The last habit I will share with you in this video is the one that has made the most difference in my life. It is tender, thoughtful, and truly life-changing. Before we begin, I want to ask you something. If your home could feel like just one word, what would that word be? Would it be peaceful? Cozy? Freeing? Please share your answer with me in the comments. I read every single one, and I would love to hear how you want your space to feel. Tip number 1. Nighttime preparation. A gift to your future self. There's something truly special about a quiet evening. The sun has gone down, the day is behind us, and for a brief moment, life slows down. It's in that stillness that we can do something simple, but deeply powerful, for the version of ourselves who will wake up tomorrow morning. Nighttime preparation is not about being perfect. It's about easing the burden for the you that will open her eyes in the morning and ask, "Where are my shoes? What's for breakfast? Where are my keys?" By preparing the night before, you gently remove those stress points before they even begin. Here's how it works. About 15 to 20 minutes before bed, do a few small things to set up the next day. Lay out the clothes you'll wear, from your top and pants to your shoes and accessories. Even your jewelry, your scarf, or that cardigan you love. Lay it all out on a chair or a dedicated space. That way, you won't spend the morning making decisions while half asleep. Next, walk to your kitchen. Do you plan to make coffee? Measure out the grounds and place the mug by the machine. Will you eat toast? Put the bread near the toaster. Do you enjoy fruit? Wash and slice it ahead of time and place it in the fridge. These steps may sound small, but they add up to something big: peace. Then, gather your essentials: your keys, your wallet or purse, your glasses, any papers you need for tomorrow, and place them in one spot near the door. That way, you won't be scrambling or wondering where you left something. It's amazing how much lighter your morning can feel when you've already made thoughtful choices the night before. Instead of rushing, you move through your morning with grace. Instead of reacting, you're responding. You're in control, and that changes everything. So tonight, before you close your eyes, give your future self a gift. A few gentle steps, a few mindful minutes. It may become your favorite part of the day. And here's my question for you. If you had just 15 minutes tonight to prepare for tomorrow, what would you choose to do first? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear your evening ritual ideas. Tip number 2. The 2-minute blessing. Small acts, big peace. Let's talk about something that may seem almost too simple, but has the power to change your day, your week, and even your mood. The 2-minute blessing. The idea is this: if a task takes 2 minutes or less to do, you do it immediately. Not later, not after lunch, not when I get around to it. Right away. That's it. You might be wondering, how can something that small make a difference? But I promise you, it truly can. Think of all the little tasks that pile up around your home, a plate left in the sink, a pair of shoes kicked off in the living room, a sweater draped over the back of a chair. None of these things take long to fix, but when they sit there, they multiply. And before you know it, the whole room feels messy and overwhelming. Now imagine this instead. You finish your tea, and you immediately rinse your mug and put it away. You come in from outside and place your shoes neatly on the rack. You fold that blanket on the couch when you get up. These tiny actions take less than 2 minutes, yet they leave your home feeling cared for. More importantly, they leave you feeling in control. This isn't just about keeping things tidy. It's about reducing mental weight. Every item out of place becomes a little note in the back of your mind. I still need to do that. Over time, those notes become noise, and that noise becomes stress. When you embrace the 2-minute blessing, that noise disappears. You move through your space feeling lighter. You're no longer waiting for the weekend to deal with it all. There's no mountain to climb, just a few gentle steps, taken in the moment, and something beautiful happens. You begin to feel more present in your own home. You start to notice how these little acts of care make your space feel softer, calmer, more yours. In the beginning, you might need to remind yourself. You might walk by that cup on the table and think, "I'll get it later." But then you'll pause, breathe, and choose instead to bless yourself by taking care of it now. And before long, it becomes natural, automatic, peaceful. Now I'd love to ask you, what's one tiny task that tends to get pushed off in your home? Could you try treating it like a 2-minute blessing today? Share your answer below. I think you'll find you're not alone. Tip number 3, the decompression zone. Welcoming yourself home. Let's talk about that moment when you walk in the door after being out in the world. Maybe you've been at the grocery store, at a doctor's appointment, or just enjoying a walk. Whatever the case, you step inside your home, and what happens next matters more than you might think. Do your keys land on the table? Does your coat get draped over a chair? Maybe your bag ends up on the couch, and your shoes somewhere near the hallway. Before you even realize it, your peaceful home starts to feel cluttered again, and all you did was walk in the door. That's why I want to introduce you to what I call the decompression zone. A decompression zone is simply a small, intentional area near your entryway where everything has its place. It's where the outside world stops and your inner calm begins. Think of it as a soft landing space, a gentle welcome. Here's how to create one. First, find a spot near the door. It doesn't need to be big. Even a small corner can work. Place a chair or a small bench where you can sit and remove your shoes comfortably. Add a hook or hanger for your coat and a basket or tray for your keys, glasses, and bag. If you have room, a small shelf or mirror adds a lovely touch. The goal is not perfection, it's consistency. Every time you walk in the door, go straight to this space. Take off your shoes, place them in the same spot. Hang your coat. Drop your keys into the tray. And just like that, the transition from out there to in here becomes gentle, intentional, peaceful. This tiny shift has an even deeper emotional effect. When you care for your space from the very first step inside, you're telling yourself, "I matter. My peace matters." You're not throwing things aside. You're arriving. You're allowing your body and mind to settle. You're entering your sanctuary on purpose. And there's an added benefit. When your decompression zone stays tidy, the rest of your home feels easier to maintain. Guests are greeted by calm. You're greeted by calm. And that makes a world of difference. So let me ask you this. What's the first thing you do when you come home? Do you already have a little ritual? Or could this decompression zone be something worth trying? I'd love to hear what coming home feels like for you. Share it with me in the comments. Tip number 4, the strategic basket. Beauty meets practicality. Now let's talk about one of the simplest yet most powerful tools you can use to keep your home tidy without feeling like you're constantly cleaning. The strategic basket. We all have those moments when life gets busy. Maybe the grandkids were over. Maybe you had a long day and just didn't have the energy to put every little thing away. Suddenly, you look around, and the living room is scattered with books, reading glasses, throw blankets, maybe a magazine or two. And your first thought is, I'll get to it later. That's exactly where the strategic basket comes in. The idea is simple. In each main room, your living room, your bedroom, even the kitchen, you place a beautiful medium-sized basket. Something that blends in with your decor and doesn't scream storage. This basket becomes your safety net. When things start to feel messy, but you don't have the time or energy to return every item to its proper place, you simply place them in the basket for now. Notice I said, for now. The key to this strategy is that the basket is only a temporary holding place, not a long-term storage bin. Once a week, maybe every Sunday afternoon, or whenever suits you best, you go through each basket and return every item to where it belongs. Just like that, order is restored. It's perfect for those days when you need the house to look tidy quickly. Company coming over? Just scoop up the clutter into the basket, and your home looks neat in 5 minutes. Later, you can sort everything calmly. And this isn't just about cleaning. It's about reducing that background feeling of, I should be doing something. Because now, when you see a pile of items, you don't have to stress. You have a place to gather them until you're ready. There's something deeply comforting in knowing that your home doesn't have to be perfect all the time to feel good. The basket allows you to live life fully, with all its little messes, without guilt or overwhelm. You deserve that kind of grace. Tip number 5, the final place rule. No more lost things. How many times have you found yourself asking, now where did I put my glasses? Or where are my keys? Or maybe it's your phone charger, a favorite pen, or the remote control. It's not that we're forgetful, it's that we haven't given these items a true home. That's what the final place rule is all about. It's a gentle but powerful habit. Every item you use regularly should have one specific place where it lives. Not an around here somewhere spot, but one exact, consistent home. And every time you use it, you return it to that place. No exceptions. Here's how it helps. When your keys always go on the same hook, you stop searching for them every morning. When your reading glasses always sit in the same drawer in your nightstand, you don't have to turn the house upside down. Your phone charger? Always plugged into the same outlet. Your remote? Always on the same end table. At first, this might feel like a bit of extra effort, but in just a week or two, it becomes automatic. You won't even realize you're doing it, because your home starts to remember where things go for you. It's like your house becomes your partner in staying organized. The impact is enormous. You gain back all the minutes you used to spend looking for things. More importantly, you gain peace. That feeling of frustration, rushing around, retracing your steps, running late, it fades away. And here's something not many people talk about. This rule also makes it easier to notice when something is missing. Because when you know where everything belongs, you can instantly tell when something isn't there. No more wondering if someone borrowed it or if you left it somewhere else. It's a simple act of kindness toward yourself. A small decision to create consistency, clarity, and calm. So tell me this. What's one item in your home that always seems to go missing? If you could give it a permanent, final place today, what would that place be? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're ready to stop losing. Tip number 6, frequency focus. Give your energy to what truly matters. One of the biggest reasons people feel overwhelmed at home is that they try to give every space the same level of attention. You clean the attic with as much effort as you clean your kitchen. You organize your guest bedroom as often as your closet. But the truth is, not all spaces are created equal. That's where the frequency focus system comes in. It's a thoughtful, efficient way to direct your energy only where it's needed most. Here's how it works. You divide the rooms and items in your home into 3 simple categories. Category A, things and places you use every single day. This includes your bed, your wardrobe with everyday clothes, your kitchen, and your main bathroom. These areas deserve regular care and should always feel fresh and functional. Category B, these are things you use weekly. A guest bathroom, your dining room, or maybe a utility closet. These can be checked and tidied once a week. No need to hover over them daily. Category C, these are spaces and items you only need to access monthly or even less often. Think of the attic, a box of seasonal decorations, or that drawer full of old electronics. These get an occasional once-over, just to make sure they don't become a forgotten mess. What this system does is free you. It stops you from wasting precious time and energy cleaning or organizing things that don't impact your daily life. Instead, you focus your efforts on what you interact with most, keeping your kitchen welcoming, your clothes accessible, and your everyday spaces comfortable. It's about matching your energy to what really serves you. And the bonus? Your efforts start to feel more satisfying. Because when you see immediate results in the spaces you use all the time, you feel proud, motivated, and at peace. So let me ask you, which room or item in your home gets the most use, and does it get the most care? Or are you giving too much energy to things you rarely touch? Tell me what you're ready to prioritize differently. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Tip number 7, the peaceful morning moment. Starting the day with intention. We often hear that how you start your morning sets the tone for the entire day. And it's true. But that doesn't mean you need a strict routine or a long to-do list. Sometimes, what your morning really needs is simply a moment of peace. I call this the peaceful morning moment. Here's how it works. When you wake up, instead of immediately jumping into tasks or checking the news or feeling overwhelmed by what's ahead, take 5 to 10 minutes just for yourself. Sit in your favorite chair. Wrap yourself in a soft robe or blanket. Make a cup of tea or coffee. Then simply be. You can look out the window, listen to the birds, or say a quiet prayer. You can breathe deeply, gently stretch your hands and shoulders, or hold a warm mug and let it comfort you. This isn't wasted time. It's sacred time. These quiet minutes allow your mind to settle before the demands of the day begin. They help your body wake up gently and your heart feel grounded. And perhaps most beautifully, they remind you that you are in charge of your energy, not the chaos outside your door. If you enjoy journaling, this can be the perfect moment to write a few thoughts, a gratitude list, or a gentle intention for the day. If not, just sitting in stillness is enough. So many of us spend years waking up in a rush, taking care of others, hurrying out the door, or diving into chores before we've even had time to breathe. But your mornings can be different now. They can be soft, spacious, yours. Let me ask you this. If you gave yourself just 10 peaceful minutes tomorrow morning, what would you do with them? A quiet tea? A slow stretch? A gentle song? Share your morning ideas in the comments. I'd love to hear how you welcome the day. Tip number 8, preventive cleaning. A few seconds now save you hours later. Let's face it, cleaning isn't anyone's favorite part of the day. But what if I told you that keeping your home clean could be easier, quicker, and far less stressful, simply by shifting when you clean? Most people wait until dirt builds up. They let the shower get grimy, the stovetop greasy, or the floors dusty. And then they spend an entire weekend scrubbing, wiping, and feeling frustrated. But there's a gentler way. Preventive cleaning. This means taking care of little messes right when they happen, while they're still easy to handle. For example, after a shower, take 30 seconds to squeegee the walls or wipe them with a dry towel. It prevents soap scum from building up and saves you from needing strong chemicals later. After cooking, wipe down the stove while it's still warm and the spills are fresh. It's far easier than scrubbing dried grease the next day. Dusting surfaces regularly, just a few quick swipes, keeps your home from getting to that dusty, sneezy point. Wiping mirrors or glass before they're fully spotted makes the job faster. Even a quick sweep of the entryway can prevent dirt from being tracked all over the house. The idea isn't to spend more time cleaning, it's to clean sooner, but in much shorter, simpler bursts. This habit protects your energy. Instead of using your precious Saturday to deep clean, you spend a few seconds here and there throughout the week, and your home never hits that messy, embarrassing stage. Over time, these tiny efforts turn into a natural rhythm. You see a smudge, and you gently wipe it away. You notice a crumb, and you sweep it with ease. No dread, no drama. So tell me, what's one small mess in your home that tends to sit a little too long? Could you try catching it earlier, starting today? Let me know in the comments. Tip number 9, the gentle reset ritual. A midday pause for peace. Sometimes, the day can feel like it's running away from us. Between errands, phone calls, and unexpected little tasks, our energy can start to scatter. That's why I'd love to introduce a simple but deeply nourishing habit, a gentle midday reset. This is not about cleaning or organizing. It's about resetting yourself and your space in just 10 to 15 minutes, usually around the middle of the day. Here's how it works. Find a quiet moment, maybe after lunch or when the house gets quiet in the afternoon. You simply take a walk through 1 or 2 rooms, not to fix, but to gently reset. You might fluff a pillow, open a window, light a candle, or fold a throw blanket. You might put on some soft music or make a fresh cup of tea. This is your moment to pause, breathe, and check in with how your home feels, not just how it looks. Over time, this midday pause becomes more than a routine. It's a small ceremony of care, a way of telling yourself, you've done enough and you deserve a soft moment. It's also a beautiful way to interrupt stress, bring yourself back to center, and keep your space feeling like a source of calm instead of another to-do list. Now, I'd love to ask you, what would your ideal midday reset look like? A cup of tea? A little stretch? A quiet moment with music? Share your ideas in the comments. I'm always inspired by your stories. Tip number 10, the weekly review. The gentle check-in that keeps everything flowing. Let's finish with a habit that holds all the others together, something that doesn't take much time, but makes all the difference over the long run. It's what I call the weekly review. Here's the truth. Most people start a new system with good intentions. Maybe they set up a few baskets, clear off a table, or even give every item a final place. But then, life gets busy, and those beautiful habits start to slip. That's perfectly normal. It happens to all of us. That's why this weekly ritual matters so much. Once a week, perhaps on Sunday afternoon, or any quiet time that works for you, you simply walk through your home with fresh eyes. You're not doing a deep clean. You're just checking in. Look at your baskets. Are they full and ready to be sorted? Check your decompression zone. Are your shoes put away, your keys where they should be? Take a peek at your kitchen, your living room, your bedroom. Ask yourself, is this space still working for me? Sometimes, all you'll need is a few minutes to adjust 1 or 2 things. Maybe you notice that your nightstand drawer could use a quick tidy, or that your coat rack is a little crowded. Perhaps one of your daily use areas needs extra love this week. The goal isn't to fix everything, it's simply to stay aware. When you do this review regularly, you catch small problems before they turn into big messes. You gently guide your systems back on track without stress or guilt. And here's something even more powerful. The weekly review is a way to reconnect with your home. It's a reminder that this space belongs to you, that you're in charge, that you deserve a home that works for your life, not one that constantly demands your energy. It becomes a moment of mindfulness, a quiet practice of self-care, a way to keep the peace you've worked so hard to create. So here's my last question for you. If you were to set aside just 30 minutes each week for a little home check-in, what day and time would work best for you? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what your rhythm might look like. Gentle change, real peace. My dear friend, we've come to the end of our time together today. I hope these 10 gentle habits have shown you that it's not about working harder or being perfect. It's about small steps, thoughtful shifts, a little more care and a lot more peace. You don't need to do all of these at once. Choose one or two that speak to you. Maybe the 2-minute blessing or the decompression zone. Try them and see how they feel. Let them become part of your rhythm. And when you're ready, add another. Your home doesn't need to look like a magazine. It just needs to feel like your sanctuary. A place where you can breathe, move, and rest without feeling overwhelmed. You've earned that kind of space, and you are more than capable of creating it, gently, lovingly, one habit at a time. If this video brought you comfort, I hope you'll subscribe and join our community here at Wise Elders Insight. We're here every week, sharing wisdom, support, and practical care for the life you've built and the peace you deserve. Until next time, be gentle with yourself. Your home is your haven, and you are its heart.